35 cars came to Farmer City tonight. 26 will answer the bell. So once again, ever since 1988 into 2004 and beyond, we give to you the most powerful late models on the planet. Farmer City Raceway, let them hear it. The World of Outlaws Morton Buildings Late Model Series 4 wide. Send them up!
Y'all ready for this?
So Frankie Jr. will take his starting spot up front as one of those young lions trying to get himself a win here at Farmer City, and a big one at that. So with that being said, we are now just moments away. Race fans, here's Tyson.
As they come off turn number 4, we're going green. World Outlaws here at Farmer City. Friday Night Lights. As they come off the back straightaway, turn number 2, Ricky Wise is looking for the lead. Tanner English on the outside. That'll be the number 99 of Frank Heckeness to the inside. Brandon Shepard on the outside. As they go down into turn number 1. Side by side, Tanner English and Ricky Wise.
So Tanner English and Ricky Weiss will battle it out for the lead. The two young lions that started up front will stay there for now. It'll be Tanner English showing away with Weiss in that second spot. Brandon Shepard is third, Frankie is fourth, Moyer fifth, Mars sixth. Ricky Weiss will now watch the 22 as he falls into that second spot. Shannon Babb picking him off wholesale. Babb's got himself a good race car. He's just trying to get close to the front. Side by side, Moyer and Frankie. Oh, Frankie caught one down low and got up in the air. So did Kevin Weaver. So a little bit tricky right now, Tyson, down there in turn number 2. And Blake Spencer plowed the Uke tire. Caution is out. Blake Spencer got low on the racetrack and that big white tractor, or we call Uke tire. He got contact with it. Hopefully no suspension and steering damage, but he hit it pretty solid going into turn number 2. So 4 laps in, English, Weiss, Shepard, Heckenast, and Moyer and Suave. Spencer and Shirley are back out. Green flag in the air, here we go. Brandon Shepard and Frankie Jr. go at it. Moyer will sidestep Frankie and go after Shepard. Moyer trying to get the number 3 spot in the podium finish early. It's English and Weiss. Shepard and Moyer, Frankie Jr. Dennis Erb Jr. on the bottom of the racetrack making good time. Weaver caught a rut, and that allowed both Scott James and Chris Smoky Mann to go by Weaver. Oh, he got sidestepped wholesale. So 6 laps in the books, and there's some moving and shaking going on. Babb is up to 12th. Babb's got a rocket ship. Does he have time? Sure, plenty of time. 7 in, 68 to go. Now Weaver's regrouped as he'll battle with Clanton and Babb. Tanner English has got himself a nice little comfortable lead over the 7 of Ricky Weiss, Shepard, Moyer, and Frankie, the top 5. Still plenty of racing to go. Does he use up too much too early? He's been able to wheel that 22 machine so far as the leader, but a long way to go. Shirley to the outside of Larson Bryan. Shirley is trying to pick up wholesale spots after going into the pit area. Shirley on the move. He'll go to the outside of K-Rob. Pierce battling with Hardy and Dillard. A lot of different action going on. It's English, Weiss, Shepard, Moyer, Heckenast, Mars, Erb Jr., Schmidt, James, and Madden in the top 10. Leader has now caught the slower cars, and that's going to help Weiss, Shepard, and Moyer as they close in on English. Tanner English now has to deal with the slower cars. First one in line is going to be Brent Larson. And no, it will be the 6. The 6 machine of Blake Spencer will be the first to go down the lap in the rears. He's trying to hold on to that lead lap up for how long? Leader down the front chute and into turn number 1. Spencer, Boom Briggs, and Young Hands in front of the leaders. And they have caught the 22. So it's time to dance around Farmer City and lap traffic. All kinds of action on the speedway as the 22 gets to the outside of Spencer. He'll go down. Shannon Babb has moved to 9th. Babb continues to pick him off. Shirley after. Brian Shirley on his way up forward. Squirrel on the move. Oh, and Pierce caught the rut. He almost got sideways. Leader. Shepard goes to second. Shepard will just dive underneath Ricky Weiss and take over the runner-up spot. So now Brandon Shepard's in the hunt. Sheppy goes after your leader. 22 machine of Tanner English has got himself just a 0.4 of a second lead, and that is shrunk. And Billy Moyer now goes after the 7 of Weiss. Blake Spencer is out. Leader is English, but for how long? Here comes Shepard down low for the lead. Challenge down the backstretch. Shepard by a nose. English back to the outside. Caution wave just as Brandon Shepard went after the leader. It's Kay Dillard that brings out yellow. Kay Dillard spins on lap number 20, 55 to go. Report of debris at the bottom of turn number 4. 20 laps in, 55 to go. Tanner English still the leader. Brandon Shepard has made his way to second. Weiss is third. Moyer fourth. A lot of damage here and cracked the top 10. Let's see what happens as they work out of turn number 4. Green in the air again. English, Weiss, and Shepard. Weiss will take second, back away from Shepard, and Frankie will take fourth away from Moyer. So a little Indian giver going on in the top 5. Ricky Weiss trying to hold off Shepard, but I don't know if he can do it. Brandon Shepard is awful strong on the bottom, and we've got caution. Caution for Kyle Hardy, right rear flat tire, right rear quarter damage. We got one in, 21 down, but Kyle Hardy, last night's rookie of the race, he'll head to the pit area. The Viper Motorsports team will go to work on him. But let's see who's made the right choices. Shannon Babb back out, but he's going to be 3/4 of a track behind because of green flag waves. Shannon Babb's in trouble. Babb's done. Shannon Babb is going to leave the racetrack, so his night is over. What a tough break for Shannon Babb. Jimmy Mars cracks the top 5 as he goes around Frankie. So we're back to green flag action. And a new top 5er, Jimmy Mars, wants to get 4th away from Moyer, and the MB Custom will steal it. So Mars up to 4th. The 2012 Illini champion comes to life. 23 in of 75. Still a good 15 laps away from halfway. Kevin Weaver giving a great account of himself tonight. He's moved to the number 10 spot. But it's Shepard chasing down Tanner English, and Shepard's within a car length and a half. Scott James comes to life. He goes after Moyer. Sheppy stalks his prey. Tanner English sits tall and proud in the cockpit as the leader. Weiss still in 3rd. Mars is 4th. Scott James now 5th. Moyer back to 6th. 7th is Madden. 8th is Frankie. 9th is Urban. He's going to get sidestepped by Clanton, so Clanton will go to 9th. Moving and shaking going on. Nobody laying back. Gotta go and gotta go now. Bobby Pierce will go to the outside of Weaver. Pierce will pick up 11th. And sideways is Boom Briggs. He'll bring out caution in turn 2. Boom Briggs will bring out the yellow with 27, I believe, in the books. 27 is the number. So, again, Derek Kessinger, Boom Briggs. You know, drivers say, I didn't have any luck tonight. Yes, you did. It was just all bad. Happens. We got a long way to go in this one. Out of 4, English will bring him up to speed. Ricky Weiss going to try and take second back away from Brandon Shepard, but nothing doing. Sheppy is just too good on the bottom. outside for Chris Madden. He'll work on Moyer. 1 by 2 by 2 by 2 all the way back as they come out of turn 4. Status quo for the top 3. Scott James, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, goes after Mars for 4th. The Silver Shark is treading deep water. James will move up. Oh my. Now Mars will get him back. And caution will wave, and it's boom again. My, oh my. Who's going to shine and who is going to be dejected? We'll find out. Green in the air. Scott James working the outside of Jimmy Mars for the number 4 spot, and here comes Ricky Weiss to the outside again of Shepard. Weiss committed to the top, and this time the high side momentum keeps him with Shepard. Shepard married to the bottom of the racetrack, 3 wide for the lead out of turn 2. Tanner English wants no part of that. He'll pull away. Oh, and Scott Schmidt got into the tire. Larson got into him. Weiser got into him, and Dillard got into him. It was Scott Schmidt that started it. He hit the tire. It was Larson. It was Schmidt, and then it was Dillard. So, accordion chain reaction on that one. Turn number 2 seems to be calamity corner, especially for that tire. English has been the leader so far. Does that change here any moment? He'll have the control of the race when they come out of turn number 4. And again, Brandon Shepard has chose the bottom of the racetrack, so he's not showing everything yet. Scott James was pretty good on the outside. I think he'll like the choice Shepard made. Time again to get down and dirty with the Outlaws as they work their way into turn number 3. We'll go back to green. Out of 4, English fires. Sheppy down low, and we're back to racing. Pick up where we left off. Shepard to the inside. Weiss to the outside. Scott James to the outside of Mars. Sidesteps him. Shepard takes a peek down low. Weiss is going to stay up top. No change in the order yet. Now Chris Madden's going after Billy Moyer. Madden trying to get the number 6 spot. Mission accomplished. Chris Madden moving up. They'll wheel and deal out of turn number 4. Leader English. Second is Shepard, and Scott James has stolen 3rd away. Scott James up to 3rd. Now Shepard puts it up top. He'll get it up there and see what it's got as he works out of turn number 4 at the line. Tanner English by half a car like Shepard the leader. Shepard the leader. He'll work out of turn number 2. He saved it for lap 33. Brandon Shepard now showing away. English finds himself in an unfamiliar 2nd place for the first time. Scott James running 3rd, Mars 4th, and now Madness worked his way the 5th, and Ricky Weiss backslides. Bobby Pierce running in 10th. Leader Brandon Shepard. 35 in, 40 to go. Good run tonight by Jimmy Mars. And caution will wave at lap 35. Ryan Unzicker brings out the yellow. As he comes back on the racetrack on the front stretch. Still a long way to go here at Farmer City. Shepard will now bring him to speed out of 4. So Scott James to the outside of Tanner English for 2nd, not yet. James works the high side. Oh, and English just threw a big block on him. That allowed Jimmy Mars to go by and allowed Chris Madden to go by. So now Scott James finds himself in 5th after battling for 2nd. Oh, and drifting right in front of the 22 is the 44 of Madden. Things getting a little hairy out there. Halfway next time. Jimmy Mars has went to 2nd, Madden 3rd, James 4th. Here comes Dennis Erb Jr. to the inside for 5th. He'll get shut down. Trouble for Moyer. Moyer gets hit by Weiser. Larson into Weiser. And then Boom into Larson. And the troubles continue for Boom. And Billy Moyer spun it in turn 2. We'll find out. They'll come to green. We'll get halfway next time. Here we go. So everybody back to work. Scott James will sidestep English and go right back after smoke for 3rd. James not out of it yet either. Halfway. Cross flags this time. 38 in, 37 to go. It's Shepard, Mars, Scott James, Chris Madden, and Dennis Erb Jr. now 5th. English back to 6th. Weiss is 7th. Clanton is 8th. Frankie 9th. Pierce 10th. The second half of the race has begun. Track starting to slick off. Erb is going to go after Madden for position number 4. Dennis Erb Jr. has been very quiet this weekend, but has had a very solid night here tonight. And Brandon Shepard trying to get win number 6 of the season. So 3 wide between English, Ricky Weiss, and Frankie. They settle that down. Brandon Shepard leading Mars, Scott James, along with Chris Madden, Dennis Erb Jr. Clear track for now for the 1 machine. He's got about a straightaway before he gets to the back markers. And they are mixing it up. Oh, Frankie caught the tire that time. Got into Weiss. Frankie and Weiss come together. Oh, Shirley got a piece of it. We're under green, but Shirley paid the ultimate price. He's gone. He leaves. Frankie got the tire. Accordion effect cost Brian Shirley. Ricky Weiss with damage. And Kyle Hardy about to go by him for the second night in a row. What looked to be a good night for Ricky Weiss has gone south. Hardy, last night's rookie of the race, who had to go in with a flat tire early, works on Weiss for the rookie of the race. Leader now into traffic. So Brandon Shepard's got to earn his pay again. Shepard goes after Boom Briggs. He's got Bob Gardner and Chase Younghans in front of him. Here comes Mars. Scott James within striking distance as well. 48 this time on the scoreboard. 27 left to go. Shepard has got Mars now. Mars within 2 car lengths of the leader. Here comes Scott James closing in on Mars. Shepard puts him outside. Brandon Shepard flirting with the high side. Scott James all over Mars now for second. Here comes Scott James. Shepard's going to stay married to the outside. Hope it pays off. He almost got the wall that time. He'll go after Bob Gardner. He'll clear the 4GN, the 99BM Boom Briggs sideways. In the infield, caution yet again may come out for Boom, and it will. English, Pierce, Clanton, Robinson, and Frankie top 10. Time. It's up to Shepard to bring him up to speed. He'll do that out of turn 4, and we go back to green. Now Chris Madden's going to take the low road and try and get into the top 3. It won't happen right away. Scott James going to go after Jimmy Mars for second. Mars on the bottom. James on the top side. Scott James with good momentum out of turn number 4. Scott James will stay right there with Mars for second. Bobby Pierce, who was 10th a minute ago, works on 4th place. Chris Madden. Oh boy, the smooth operator has come to life. 23 to go. James will grab second away from Mars. Pierce will have the 4th spot. So is there something in the tank of the 32? Scott James still dealing with Mars, hasn't quite shook him loose yet. All the while, Bobby Pierce trying to gain touch with those two. Ken Robinson all of a sudden having a good run. Robinson to the outside of Herb. He's in the 6th spot. So K-Rob's got a little left. And James will stay right there with Mars. Now Madden's got his hands full. There goes Ken Robinson to the inside. Ken Robinson also has a rocket ship. Shepard's still the quickest overall speed-wise, but there's some movers and shakers here in the top 5. Scott James is staying right with, oh, look out, Chase Younghans off the racetrack. That's going to bring out yellow. 19 laps to go. Chase Younghans brings out yellow. My, oh my, Shepard, James, Mars, and how about fourth place, Bobby Pierce? Long way from now. Let's see how it shakes out. Out of 4 they come. They'll go for it. Pearson, James up top with Matt. Down low is K-Rob. He'll work on Pierce for 4. Jimmy Mars dives. He really got a fight out of 4. Jimmy Mars back in second for a moment. James and Pierce working the high side. Back away from Mars. Pierce to the outside of Mars. Robert has no idea what's going on behind him, but it's been excellent. Robinson is battling behind the leader. He'll complete lap number 59. Have 15 to go next time. Darrell Lanigan having trouble with Frankie and Hardy. Hardy now the rookie of the race once again. 15 laps to go. Bobby Pierce now works on Jimmy Mars for 3rd. Pierce will go to the outside of the ice. And he will melt him out of it. Pierce goes to 3rd. 2nd, James. And it's Erd Jr. Right in the K-Rob 6th. Scott James will fire with Pierce, and Pierce took care of James, and James goes around. And we've got trouble. For the first time this weekend, we have built a Waffle House in turn number 4 because they're scattered, smothered, and covered. Flag will be out to clear the melee. Don't know what happened, Derek. It looked like Bobby Pierce was diving underneath Scott James. Scott James broke it loose, and then it all broke loose behind him. Out of the event. What a tough break. He had a very good car tonight.
Hey, Scott, what happened there on the start? Or the start?
Wrecked. Watch the fucking video.
I was very happy, but
He does this shit all the time, but he.
as you can tell, there, Rushman, Scott James isn't very happy with Bobby Pierce there. He thought maybe he got into him a little there, and he's fired up right now.
Yeah, he and Bobby's father, the tall, cool one, Bob Pierce, having a conversation down there, talking about what went down, and hopefully cooler heads will prevail between these two. Of course, Scott's father, Bubby, great racer as well. And Bob and Scott continue to exchange words. Hopefully that's all it will be. Tough break for Scott James, who had a very good race car tonight. and it looked, at least from the dirtvision.com dirt-on-dirt replay, that Scott James broke it loose, Suave. At least that's kind of the viewpoint I got. I'm not sure if there was contact or not, but Scott broke it loose in 4, and then it all piled up behind him.
Yeah, and I think it's just these emotions are taking over, obviously, right now. And he knew he had a good car, a good at least top 3 car, and he's fired up, and he's not a happy camper, to say the least. It's just a bad deal with both drivers, you know, putting on a show for the fans, and Scott James is going to go for a good run here and possibly go for the win. I think he's just kind of mad right now, you know, because it kind of ended his night.
Yeah, they were in real close quarters going into turn number 4 for that start. Shepard fired, they all fired, and all of a sudden there was Scott going around. So, man, you just hate to see something like that happen. These guys, you know, put it all on the line every time they come out on the racetrack. They want to not only put on a good show for the race fans, but they also, you know, they want to do good too. They want to be proud. For some of them, it's a living. For some of them, it's a real expensive hobby. But nevertheless, unfortunately for Scott James, a great run went by the wayside tonight. You just got to tip your hat to the Silver Shark. He's still got it. Laps left. Shepard fires. We're back underway. So Jimmy Mars will sidestep Pierce for the moment for second. And Mars will take second. Pierce falls back to third. Herb now underneath Pierce. 10 laps to go. Bobby Pierce working on Herb for the third spot. Madden all over K-Rob. Lanigan to the outside of Frankie. Pierce way up off the cushion. He'll get by Herb and is in third and sets his sights on Mars, but Shepard's starting to walk away. $67 down. 8 laps to go. Time are starting to run out on everybody behind the one. Brandon Shepard cruising right now here at Farmer City. Mars and Bobby Pierce, the top 3. Darrell Lanigan running in 6th, a good rebound for him. Clear sailing for Brandon Shepard. Bobby Pierce trying to catch Jimmy Mars for second. 5 laps remain at Farmer City. 5 left. Shepard will work his way into turn number 3. He'll bring the Rocket XR1 out of 4. 4 laps remain. He is going to see the back markers right here at the end. Jimmy Mars, a solid second. Pierce doing everything he can to get that second spot back. Good run tonight for Dennis Herb. Herb in the 4th spot, and Darrell Lanigan has come to life. He's back to 5th. So still a little movement going on with 3 remaining. 2 to go, signal when they come back by. Jimmy Mars got his hands full with Bobby Pierce for second. Shepard will see the white flag next time. Brandon Shepard just needs to hit his marks for 2 more circuits. Pierce still working on Mars. White flag awaits. 1 more lap to go. The final lap this weekend at Farmer City. He'll go down the backstretch. For the 3rd time, Brandon Shepard will win the Illini here at Farmer City. 2nd place will belong to Jimmy Mars. 3rd will go to Bobby Pierce. 4th to Dennis Herb Jr. And 5th will go to Darrell Lanigan. We'll go talk to Brandon Shepard.
He's on the scales now here. It's official, race fans. How about it for Brandon Shepard?
Gotta say, one of the most entertaining Illinis we have ever had. Action throughout the 75 laps. The Andy Durham power plant will go silent. Talking with crew chief Danny White, Brandon Shepard. Sheppy's son coming in, Dad Steve Shepard Jr. there. Helmet is off. That Morton Buildings hat will go on along with the Hoosier neckband. Second place, Jimmy Mars out of the car. Bobby Pierce shutting down the 32. And he's about ready to climb out. We now call him the three-time Illini champion, tying Billy Moyer. The rocket ship, Brandon Shepard! And he caught him. Wow, that's all we can say, Brandon. Wow, great start to 2019, sixth win of the year. Now tied for fourth on the all-time win list with your 43rd career Morton Buildings feature win. More important, going for your second championship. We talked earlier, you won this in 15, you won it in 17. Here we are in 19, you're back in victory lane. But talk about the way you handled this car down low early, then went up top.
Yeah, my car was just really balanced and really maneuverable like it's been all year, really. I could pretty much put it wherever I wanted to. I started losing the right front tire there a few times late on the longer runs, but you know, overall we had just a really balanced race car, and you know, I think a lot of them guys had pretty close to the same tires as we did, and the track was it was pretty wet and a little bit choppy, but you know, the work that they did to it really helped it out a lot. Can't thank Mark Richards and Steve Baker enough for giving me this opportunity. You know, Rocket Chassis, Valvoline, Siebert Calf Ranches, Ace Metalworks, Gunner's Honey, Rocket Pre-Owned Motors, Durham Racing Engines, Kaiser Manufacturing, Integra Shocks and Springs, all the great sponsors on this thing. We couldn't do it without them. Fiberworks, all my great family, my dad, my grandpa. I wouldn't have a racing career without them guys, so hats off to them guys. I appreciate them more than they know. And my girlfriend Michaela, my daughter Addison, my son Jace, my mom, Missy, just everybody that supports me back home, my grandpa Marvin, Mama, Grandma Renee, just everybody that makes this deal possible for me and that supports me while I'm gone all the time on the road. It means the world to me, and definitely means the world to me to get another win here at Farmer City.
Jace looked pretty good on the top of that car when it was over, putting those hands up in the air. Do we have a future racer? What would that be, fourth generation?
Yeah, that'd be fifth generation there. So I don't know, you know, I'm not going to push it, but there's, like I said, there's 4 generations before him that race, so I'd say he's bound to.
Enjoy this one, Brandon. Congratulations on your 6th win of the year, and I got a feeling we're going to be talking a few more times before the season's out.
Yeah, I sure hope so, man. This thing's been awesome, and just looking forward to going again.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 3-time Illini champion, Brandon Shepard. And we'll get a quick word with the Iceman, Jimmy Mars. You know, you made us old guys proud, Jimmy. A lot of snow on the roof, but the fireplace still burning pretty hot.
Yeah, it felt pretty good. We got my, every time I try to get going there and I'd get my momentum broke a little bit, but you know, congratulations to Brandon, you know, for getting second to him. That's like a win. I mean, them guys are tough. Bobby's tough. All these guys are. So just to come out of here with a second, I'm tickled.
Yeah, you had to hold off Bobby at the end. He had taken second away. You got it back from him and set your sights on Shepard and had to hold off Pierce because he was coming around the end. But this MB Custom worked pretty well all race long.
It did. I mean, last night was real rough, and I guess the old guy don't like the rough stuff anymore. But, yeah, I was happy with the way it worked out, and it's just good to get back out. And we waited till the weather got nice again, so we're out.
Smart and fast racing, Jimmy. Nice job.
Thank you.
Jimmy Mars coming home in the second spot. And now we will talk to the final driver of the podium, Bobby Pierce. Man, if you ever could start up front here on one of these nights, who's to say, but a great run here tonight. I mean, that car just worked phenomenally up top.
Yeah, if we can figure out the thing to make it go around when it's tacky here, I think would be pretty good. Just it's dirty air, it's crazy in late models, so when you got that clean air like Brandon had, it makes it a lot easier. But man, he ran a great race. Congrats to Mark and Brandon and all them guys. They got that thing going good right now. And Jimmy Mars on second, congrats to him. And really congrats to Scott James. He was running a great race. Just kind of came down, and cars kick out when you get going, so kind of just came down trying to get a good run. His left front got stuck under my right rear and spun around. So I don't know, just a good run. Hopefully we can start up front sometime. I think we'd be a lot better off.
Well, it was kind of a tough weekend for you guys. It's turned out pretty good here at the end, so I guess you and Dad and everybody's got to be a little bit happy with this momentum you've all of a sudden built up.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a tough sport for sure. It's a roller coaster deal, and so far we've had a really fast race car as long as the track just kind of cleans up a little bit. And when the track got a cushion, that's normally how I like to be, right on top. So I was smiling, ear to ear when I seen that cushion forming and the bottom was getting slower. So man, I don't know. Like I said, I just want to start up front sometime. But big thanks to all my sponsors. Got to thank All Guy Incorporated, Premier Waste Services, Hoker Trucking, Sea Valley Transportation, First Beer, Ted Brown's Quality Paint Body, Carnegie Towing, Vers Marina, Pro Power, Advanced Suspension, Leica Tree Service, Rocket Chassis. Man, the list goes on and on and on. I can't remember everybody, but just a big thanks to them. And big thanks to all the fans for coming out watching. Big thanks to all the fans on Dirt watching. Once again, congrats to Brandon. They got that thing rolling.
Bobby Pierce coming home third. Jimmy Mars second, and Brandon Shepard his third Illini win.
Racing action is not done here at the Farmer City Raceways. We got 2 feature events coming up for you. We got your open wheel UMP modifieds, 30 laps, $2,500 on the line, followed up by a pro late model feature. Once again, congratulations to Brandon Shepard and the Rocket House team, picking up his third Illini 100 victory.